Hi, I'm Nestor, Assistant General Manager at Empower Personalized Fitness. Today we're going to show you a workout that you can do at home, at work, or when traveling on the road with nothing more but these simple resistance bands. And for that reason, we call this Gym in Your Pocket. First exercise is going to be the squat. This is going to work your quadriceps and glutes. First, anchor the tubing under your feet in a shoulder width stance. Put the tubes behind your shoulders and sit back on your heels. Squat until your thighs are parallel to the floor and make sure that your knees do not go farther forward than your second toe. Perform the squat for 10 to 12 repetitions. Next exercise is the chest press. First, we need to anchor the tube to a door. Take the tail end of the strap, close the door on it, make sure you lock the door. We want the tube at chest height. Face away from the anchor in a shoulder width stance. Hold the band at chest height with your palms facing down and elbows flexed. Press the band forward and together until your arms are extended. Do not allow your head to jut forward during this exercise. Perform 10 to 12 repetitions. Next is the lunge. This will work your glutes and quadriceps. Stagger your stance with the tubing under your front foot. Bring the bands up to shoulder height with your palms facing forward. Then drop step back with the rear foot and flex the knee. Be sure the front knee does not go beyond your second toe. We will do 10 to 12 repetitions on each side. Next is the row. This will work the lats, the rhomboids, the posterior deltoids, and the biceps. We're going to anchor the tube again like we did for the chest press, and make sure you lock the door. Face the anchor with your feet shoulder width apart, and hold the band just below shoulder height with palms facing down and elbows extended. Flex your elbows as you squeeze your shoulder blades together. Also make sure that your head does not jut forward and your shoulders remain depressed. We're going to perform 10 to 12 repetitions. To make the exercise easier, step in a little bit, or to make it harder, back up some. Next is the overhead press. This will work your shoulders and your upper trapezius. Anchor the tubing under your feet in a narrow stance. Hold the bands at shoulder height with palms facing forward. Press your hands towards the ceiling as you extend your elbows, being sure not to lock out the elbows. You can also alternate your stance with a single leg. This will make the exercise slightly easier since the band is not stretched out as far. Next is the tricep press down. For this one, we're going to anchor the tubing at the top of the door. Close the door on the band, make sure you lock it, and pull it taut. We're going to face the door with your feet shoulder width apart. Grab the bands with your thumbs up. Then straighten your arms as you rotate your palms down. Make sure your elbows stay by your side, and do not lock your elbows when you extend your arms. You'll perform 10 to 12 repetitions of this exercise. Bicep curls are next. We're going to anchor the tubing under your feet for this one, with palms facing forward. Keep your elbows by your sides and curl your arms upward. 10 to 12 repetitions should be sufficient. Trunk rotation is next. This exercise will work your obliques. Anchor the tubing in the door just below shoulder height. Make sure you lock the door. Grab both bands and square your body up with feet shoulder width apart and your side towards the door. Rotate the body away from the door, holding the band with your hands overlapping at chest height. Be sure to move your torso as a unit and not just your arms. We'll perform 10 to 12 repetitions on each side. For an easier variation, use just one of the bands. The heel raise will work all parts of your calf muscles, the gastrocnemius and the soleus complex. Stand with your toes on the edge of a step or a ledge, with your heels hanging off the step. Keep your knees slightly bent as you raise up on your toes. Raise your heels as high as you can with each repetition. Perform 10 to 12 repetitions. For a more challenging variation, switch to just one leg and perform 10 to 12 repetitions on each leg. Next is the straight crunch, which will work your abdominal complex. Lie on your back with your arms extended and hands on your thighs. Tighten your abdominals by drawing your navel towards your spine and lift your head, neck, and shoulders off the floor. Keep your head and neck in line with the spine. Perform 10 to 12 repetitions. For a more comfortable head and neck position, you can put your hands behind your head to support the head and neck, being careful not to pull on the head. Last is the reverse crunch, which will also work the abdominal complex. Lie on the floor and bend your knees at a 90-degree angle. Tighten your abdominals by drawing the navel towards the spine and lift your hips off the floor until your lower back clears the floor. Be sure to keep your head, neck, and shoulders on the floor. To make this exercise more challenging, let your legs drop closer to the floor with each repetition. Perform 10 to 12 repetitions. To make this exercise easier, tuck your knees in closer to your chest.